Hello, everybody.
You.
Where's Wilson? Oh, you can hear me.
What? I remember you.
My lighting is all messed up. I should probably turn that light off. Let me see.
I'll be back because I can't hear them. I'll be back.
It's still dark in here, but I'm not gonna.
Oh, just face the
Window? Yeah, that's gonna put too much work in. And this, I seem really emo this way, so I'll stick with this.
He looks like one of those Mission Impossible guys giving us the mission.
I feel like that, or I'm like one of those internet breakers, whatever. What do those people do?
Anonymous?
Yeah. I'm like one of those people.
Breakers.
You know what I mean. I just want to get one of those cool masks.
You know, in the V for Vendetta mask.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that one's cool.
All right. Look at that. We're like up at 60 people going in here. People actually care about their finals grades. This is a good deal here.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually we'll mute everybody. But if you want to mute yourself right now, I'm not going to argue with that. All right. Knit. Okay. APs are over for everybody. Hopefully we're all feeling a little more relaxed. No stress. All right. People are chilling. There's a lot of people wearing sweatshirts, which makes me wonder, like, how strong is your AC working right now? Why don't you just wear a t-shirt right now? There's no reason for a sweatshirt. It's like 90 degrees.
T-shirt.
First world problems. Electricity bills. Come on, people. Turn all your lights off. Open a window. Put on a fan. No? Okay.
My house is just cold naturally. I barely use. The only time I use AC is like when I'm sleeping, and then
Well, I'm just happy you're wearing a shirt. The bar is set pretty low for that, so I'm happy you're wearing a shirt.
Yeah, the bar is set pretty low for all swimmers.
And it's an actual shirt too, not a tank top.
Oh yeah, huh?
For most days, Wilson.
Okay, but he's still working out because it's a Gymshark shirt.
How do you, oh. I was like, how do you know?
Yeah, so the thing about Zoom is that you could see each other on the screen, Wilson. That's how.
No, I thought like the logo was like down here, so you couldn't see it. I was like, oh wait, no, you could.
All right, I feel like that's enough time right now. I'm gonna go ahead and mute all of you for the time being, so that I can get this conversation going and get through it as quickly as we can, so you guys can all go back to whatever it is that you guys do. But cool. I'm gonna mute everybody, and I'll unmute you guys afterwards, maybe. But yeah, this will be our last Zoom meeting for ever. Hopefully not for next year, because that would suck if we were starting the school year next year like this. But hopefully forever. Okay. The finals. We're talking about finals here. So just to be clear, actually, should I share my screen now? I'll start sharing my screen now. Make sure I'm all good. Not sure when your grades. Admit. Okay. Share screen. share. Okay, get rid of people in my corner. Where is the chat window? Just in case. Oh, I didn't even see all those chats about the hoodies. And then wait. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, you can put it in the chat. Myself or Ms. Cuso or maybe Mr. Brony if he's here will answer your questions. Cool. So, and again, if your friends missed today's meeting, I will post it up on the announcements. So, yeah, nobody's missing anything. But under the website, just so you guys know where this information is, it's the After AP Exam Project and Family Garden Project. And if you click there, it'll take you to this page. And then you're going to look on that very first link, which is the rubric. When you click on the rubric, it'll take you to this document here. And normally it says it's 150 points, but obviously that's not going to be the case for us this year because we didn't go through everything we wanted to get through. So Ms. Kuso was nice enough to go through and highlight some of the things that you definitely need to know and what you don't need to know. But for this whole rubric, I would suggest just scrolling down all the way to the bottom, all the way to the bottom. So to the bottom, that actually shows you the rubric of what we're looking for. And again, it says this year will be out of 70 points. Now, let me just be clear on this. Everything that we've done so far during this whole quarantine has been like extra credit. This one, because this website, you know, it should have been something that you guys have been working on before the quarantine, and we're only going over information that was happening before the quarantine. This is still like an actual grade for your finals. So especially my seniors or my juniors, like anybody, if you do absolutely nothing or if you have absolutely nothing on your website, you could still technically get 0 out of 70, which would be a huge hit on your grade, seeing as how your finals, I think, is 10 or 20% of your, I think it's 20% of your grade, I think is your finals. I forget, you could check the syllabus on that, but it's a large amount. So I'm hoping with these next 4 days, like you guys don't really have too much to do, that this is what you and your family are working on to make this like the best thing you've ever had. A lot of this stuff has probably already been checked by your teacher when you guys did that preliminary check. But just please go through this. If it's highlighted in yellow, these are all things that you have to do. So your website design, everything should be really organized. Clearly, we see your family garden group's name. There's no typos. Like if you see any written typos, even if it's like that weird like typos that you kids do because you think it's funny, please make sure that those things are all eliminated, because I know like weird internet talk is funny, but on this website, you want to show us, you're trying to show off to us how like professional you are and how well you put this website together and how well you worked on your garden. So make sure all those things are there so you hopefully can get those full 10 points on the website design. For the About Us, I think all of you guys, at least my students, almost all of you guys had that part done already. So you really shouldn't have to touch that part of it. I hope that should be already done, but make it look really nice. At the end of all this, I'll give you my example. I've shown the example to my students before, but I think it's one of the best ones I've ever had. Garden design, making sure that you guys have the blueprint. So hopefully you have a photo of your blueprint and you have justification for why you planted the plants that you have planted, why you chose those plants. Make sure you talk about that a little bit. I think one paragraph would be good enough to justify why you planted and where you planted them. Your garden journal. We only finished up to week 7. So that extra picture that I gave you guys for week 8 or week 9, you guys can add that in and maybe potentially you can get extra credit for it if it looks like it's well done. But you are definitely having to finish up through week 7. If you have a week 0 where you started to plant stuff in the classroom, that might be something that you want to include too. Anything that shows us that you and your family did work. You want to like show as many pictures and show as much evidence as you can to show us that you are working on your garden. Again, the evidence doesn't have to show that your garden actually looked good. Like even if it wasn't successful, but it looked like you were putting in tons of work, that's what we really care about. If you have like only 1 photo per week, that is horrible. Or if you're missing photos, or if we don't see faces of people in the groups and we only see hands, like those are clear things that we need to make sure you have. You guys don't have section for recipes, which is very sad because we never got to cook anything, which I think is a huge fun part of this whole second semester. But yeah, I think you could take solace knowing that a lot of the birds and rats and mice, whatever, on campus were probably having a nice little buffet at school. So they had good recipes there. Okay, so now it leads us to the last parts. For section 5 is the reflection. This is something that you guys should all be doing too. There should be 3 paragraphs, so hopefully you guys can split that up in your group. But for each paragraph, you're discussing these, the triple bottom line, basically. Why is what you are doing in the garden important? Not just for us, but like for the world. And then lastly, if there's any additional resources that you want to add into, something that supports whatever your mission statement is. So like research you did to support your mission statement, or links that you had to justify why you chose the plants that you did, this would be good too. As well as anything that talks about gardening, that could be a good little link on there. So the website I'm going to show you again is from last year, from a family named the Schrute Family Farm. I think it's a very well done website. Everything is very cleanly laid out. So when we talk about website design, you can see everything is laid out very nicely. I can see the people that they used Wix site, and theirs scrolls down very easily. Their mission statement is very big right here, and there's links to other resources about community gardens and random other photos that they took, and all the photos are theirs. So I like that. If I click on their mission statements, scroll down. It scrolls down to the mission statement. If I clicked on the About Us, they were super extra. I don't necessarily feel like you have to be on their level, obviously, but if you got time, why not? Where for them, all you do is scroll over their picture and then the words come out. So that's kind of cool. They did a good job on theirs. So this is a good site to take a look at, and maybe hopefully see if you guys do something like that. You don't have to have the menu, so don't worry about that. Your garden, here you can see their garden layout. Everything is laid out there, and there's a key that lets me know exactly what type of organism they planted. They didn't just say, oh, a tomato. They let me know exactly what kind that was. And then justification for why they decided to plant what they planted. So again, this is all very, very good for what they did. In terms of their progress, gotta get rid of this little window here. For their progress, if I click on our journey, it goes through my slow internet. Okay, so if I scroll down, it goes through every week, which I like. But if I wanted to cheat and go ahead, they had everything listed out for them. So that was really nice too. Again, I can just jump ahead, or I can go week by week. So week 1, there's a nice little paragraph talking about what's being done. Plus I see photos with captions of what's happening there. Week 2, they were kind of being extra again with that little video that was there. It's where there's always one group that wants to do some kind of vlog, and I think they started it and then eventually they bailed on it, but at least they tried. Yeah, so this is something that you might want to check out. That's their whole thing. And then lastly, they have their reflection. And again, the reflection has those 3 paragraphs of why what they're doing is important. So, and again, this is going into your finals category. So please make sure you work really hard on this. I hope that you and your family are still on good terms. I know you've been away from them, but who knows how internet drama works. Somebody didn't post a picture of you and your family and now you're not friends. I don't know. That's like a weird high school thing. Anyways, this is all due on Friday. This is all due on Friday. On Friday. That way we have time to get it submitted, because I think the grading period is over next Wednesday. Especially for my seniors, we need to have your grades in by Friday. So that's mainly the reason why, because of the seniors, and half our class is seniors for the most part. Cool. That's all I have to say. So if you have any questions there, please feel free to ask questions. Or if not, you are free to go, and good luck with the rest of your world and life. And juniors, like I said, on the AP Classroom or on Google Classroom, if I see you next year, make sure, don't be that weird kid that just looks at your phone walking in the hallway. It's like awkward. Just say hi. It's not the end of the world. Unless we genuinely don't get along, then that's cool. I get it. But I don't think I have too many of you kids that are like that. Cool. Cool. All good? All right, I'm going to unmute everybody then, and then hopefully it doesn't go crazy. All right. Thank you, Ms. Kuso, for being here.
I didn't do anything.
We were here to answer questions just in case.
Okay.
Alex, I'll miss you too, and being able to make fun of you. Thank you for always letting me do that.
Not good.
Cool, well, if you don't have to be here if you want to go home.
Thank you, Mr. Baroni.
Yeah, who's Mr. Baroni? He's in here somewhere, but he always does like weird acronyms, or maybe he's like the iPad guy. I don't know.
He's the letter B today.
He's just a letter B. There you go. See.
And I'm going to tell her
Mr. Bo, do you have to go home?
That way it's going to already start. So I'm telling you right now what I'm
All right.
This is if I was teaching it.
Thank you, Mr. Bo, for teaching us through these weeks.
So,
Oh, yeah, that's nothing. But again, it was a good break for me being a dad a little bit. All right. Mike's got a lot of excess background noise there.
Yeah.
All right, I think cards are busy.
There we
You're
go.
welcome, Angela.
Mike, is your sister home?
We're in Texas, actually.
She's still in Texas?
You want to say hi?
Wait, she's videoing from
Well, she came home. This is Faith. We're in Texas.
Hello, better than Esther. Hi, Faith.
I am
Hi,
better
Faith.
one. I'm the smarter one. Hi.
It's all fun for everybody.
Bomb ass Wi-Fi.
Hi.
All right. Well, cool. Seniors, I hope you, I don't know what you guys are, like a virtual graduation. I don't know what you guys are doing, but good luck with that.
PDF.
And college, whatever that is going to look like, or going into work, that's also a good thing too. Or trade school, that's a good thing too. My only recommendation is get out of your house.
And don't be a history major.
Whoa, I never said that. You should definitely, if you like history, you should do history. That's not my jam, but if you like it, do what you like. No.
99% of history teachers are bald. Prove me wrong.
Well, I'll tell you in 5 years, 33% of the bio teachers will be bald. Sorry, 33% of the apes teachers will be bald.
Wait, Mr. Bo, are you balding?
5 years.
Oh.
I like hats.
My hair's thinning too. Who
Ah,
knows? I could be bald too.
You're still a lady, and you ladies have that, that whole sex link genes. It's that whole thing.
Male pattern baldness. What's
That
up?
sounds like
Oh, yeah.
biology.
Yeah. Alicia, I'm glad you're going to participate in the community gardens. That makes me happy.
Mr. Brony's just gonna go full out bald.
And I hope you don't take 2 science classes in 1 year. That's crazy. Who does that? Apes and AP physics? Yuck.
Ooh, that sounds like so much fun.
Yeah. Christian says, do we want the websites to be done by the beginning of Friday? I think by the end of the day, Friday should be good.
So like by like 11:59, like by midnight Friday.
That's good. I'm not going to grade it that time at night, but the ones I see, I'll start grading them on Friday, and hopefully you guys have it done by then. And if you don't like the grade, then you can tell me, oh, I didn't finish it by then. But Brony, I don't think your hair's gonna be gone by then. You got that majestic beard that's growing. The people need to see your beard. It's a good beard.
It's a beautiful thing.
They saw my nasty little catfish thing that I had going.
And you got rid of it. You
I
told
know,
us you
but
wouldn't. You told us
I
you
was a
wouldn't.
failure. I quit.
I don't think Asians are really just good at growing facial hair.
I disagree. There are some serious beards out there.
Oh yeah, there's some really good ones, and then the majority of them are just like, eh.
Half of them are like Master Uk. No, are like those like old Asian guy in like those kung fu movies, like a big long
That's
beard.
me.
Like,
That's the Shifu.
oh yeah. I thought Oogway.
Who had no hair?
I know.
There you go. Tortoise.
Anyone binging Avatar?
Once
No,
I
but I
finish my
imagine
show,
somebody
I will.
that up.
I'm reliving my childhood.
Alex, do you only have one cat, or are there multiple cats?
I have one, but he won't be with me. He doesn't love me.
Isn't that cats in general?
Yeah, but yeah.
Well, you
He
can
left.
you can always get older and have 7 of them, and then just be that awesome cat lady that everybody really likes.
Yeah, well, I have a dog too, so
Okay, there you go.
I'm a both person.
Good. There, no discrimination on the animals there.
My mom hates cats. I don't know why. She gets like terrified.
Cats are okay. They're just, I guess I'm a needy person. I like dogs because dogs, they immediately are like, hey, I like you. Give me some affection. Whereas cats are like, just feed me and get away from me.
Just feed me.
Yeah, and I need more of that.
I have an aunt who's like terrified of dogs, like any dog. So like, there's this one time where this tiny, like, you know, the generic Asian like fluffy white dog, like the really small ones.
Poodles?
Well, no, it's like it's like a Pomeranian mix or something.
Maltese?
A
Like,
Shih
yeah,
Tzu.
Maltese.
Malteses and Shih Tzus.
Yeah. So my aunt was like approached by this really, really small dog, and she started freaking out. And I was looking around because I was like, "Oh, where's the dog?" And I looked down on the ground. It's literally like, it's smaller than a Subway foot long. And I'm like, "How are you scared of that?"
Did you almost step on it?
No, it was small, but I'm not gonna step on no dog. Okay, we
Because
can
the
dog.
accident. You know, like that feeling when you step on like the dog's paw and then like.
And your heart's like, "Oh my God, what did I do? How could I betray you?"
All right. Well, if there's nothing left,
Rachel's dog on fleek.
I guess we're gonna call it an evening and call it a year, and then be done with it. I hope you guys have restful summers before you do whatever you do next year. And for the juniors, I hope to actually see you people in actual person to say hello. All right.
Summer school. Yay.
Adios, everybody.
Adios, Mr. Bo.
Adios.
Have a good break.
Adios.
Get the finals done. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's why I love you. Bye.
Bye.